A hard day of work, chilling, bro.
Word. What was your shift? What was your shift?
Just a regular. You already know. Morning to afternoon. You already know. 10 to 4.
What's that? 9 to 5?
10 to. I mean, you say it's a 9 to 5 job, but I mean, yeah, 10 to 4. 10 to 4. You know what I'm saying?
10 to 4. Okay. Work was chilling.
Yeah.
You didn't have no bad customers today.
Really wasn't dealing with customers today. There's a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's work. I ain't even trying to think about work right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to think. How your day?
Yo, it was good, man. Coming from work, I had a 9 to 5 shift and literally did nothing all shift because no customers really came in. Only a few came in.
I mean, he is working with Sprint.
Yeah, that's true. It's a sunny day. Who's wanting to be in Sprint on a sunny day?
Yeah, they trash. But yeah, man. Yo, ate at Five Guys for the first time.
Goodness.
Was it yesterday? Yeah. Just a burger alone, bro, is $8. Now I see why that was my first time in 25 years.
Yeah, because you paying for what you get, man.
Yeah, because I mean it was good. I don't know if it was $8 worth, but it was good. Because I walked up to the register. I'm like, cause you know how they got the menu and shit. They show you the burgers. So I was like, so is that with the fries and drink, or is that just the burger? She's like, nah, we don't do combos here, sir. That's just the burger. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I ain't about to go pimp squeak with it. I mean, what's $1? Because the cheapest thing on it was fucking $7. I'm like, shit, I might as well just throw some bacon on that shit and just call it a day.
You might as well, yo. Same, son. I throw some bacon on there. It's just $1 extra.
Yeah, so I got that shit and some fries. Now there's a debate out there who has the best fries. Me personally, I mean, Five Guys, their fries is banging. I still wouldn't put it ahead of Bojangles fries, but that's my personal shit. You know what I'm saying? I think Bojangles fries is the best.
Man,
what you think?
Bojangles fries is like the bag of fries you get from the food line in the freezer aisle, man.
Bruh, we gotta fight one day, bro. Just because of that, bro. That's nuts.
Nah, but
that's so disrespectful.
But I never actually tried Bojangles fries. As far as the
what?
Yeah, I've never tried Bojangles fries, man.
Have you been to Bojangles?
Yeah.
What the fuck you get from Bojangles?
I get the chicken 2-piece joint or the 3-piece joint with mashed potatoes and wait, do I get I get mashed potatoes. I get mashed potatoes. I know I get mashed potatoes. I don't know if I tried they fried. What's the fried? Like, what is it shaped like?
It's Cajun fried. They throw some Cajun on that shit, man. Can't beat that.
Word. I mean,
yeah, man, you trash, man. You get mashed potatoes from Bojangles?
Yeah,
come on now.
Mashed potatoes is love, bro.
I mean, the gravy. You throw some gravy on that shit. Yeah, it's good, but. Come on, bro. You gotta get the fries, man.
All right, I'm gonna get it next time. Yeah, next time I come down to North Carolina, I'm gonna get some Bojangles fries, man.
Nah, fuck that. You need to tell our fucking governor or whoever the fuck, mayor, whatever, to fucking get some Bojangles up in that shit.
Yeah, we need Bojangles, we need Cookout, we need Waffle House.
Yeah, y'all trash.
I mean, we got other things. We got other things that y'all don't have too, so it's pros and cons.
I mean, yeah, you got like the real deal pizza, I guess, and I mean, but still, like that's one entree. We talking whole restaurants. Come on, man.
All right, we got. Let me see. Y'all got Checkers?
Yes.
All right. I'm trying to think.
We're inclusive. We're all inclusive. We're the true melting pot. Y'all say y'all the melting pot. We the true melting pot down here.
Nah,
we got all the shit for you.
I feel like y'all became a melting pot, these days.
I mean, granted, a lot of the stuff is off-brand shit. We ain't got the real We ain't got like the real, like I said, the real deal pizza as y'all do. Even though I fuck with a lot of pizza places down here, but you know it ain't the real Italians cooking it. So I mean, y'all got specialists in certain entrees, but when it comes to restaurants, we the melting pot. We got it all.
Yeah, I do love the food down there. I love eating down there, and it's affordable prices.
Exactly.
So it's a 1-2 punch. But yo, G, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say y'all still eating grilled chicken up there. We got the we got the real shit down here.
Yo, that grilled chicken be hitting though, son.
Yeah, I mean, no cap. I mean, if you cook it right, yeah. I mean, it's gonna hit.
Don't tell me it hit you too, dog. They got you saying no cap.
What do you mean? That shit is getting old now, right?
Nah, we old heads, man. That's for the younger crowd.
I mean, yeah, but hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. We got a podcast business to run. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep up with the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be like Charlemagne, keeping up with the 20-year-olds, man.
Yeah, man. Bro, can you ever picture yourself like going completely like just shaving all your hair off?
You mean
I can't,
like being bald?
Yeah, like just going full, just bald.
I'm never gonna go bald, bro.
I think one day I will have to once I start hitting that George Jefferson. I think I will have to eventually hit the MJ. You know what I'm saying? I gotta cut it all off. I can't hit the George Jefferson, man.
Nah, you can't hit the Stephen A. Smith. You can't hit that shit right there, man. That's something else. Nah, but you can't hit the UNCC head coach that used to coach for the basketball team. You can't hit that, man.
Yeah, that shit atrocious, man. God dang, I'm glad he don't coach there no more.
That's actually the worst hairline I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Yeah, I don't know what his wife was on. She should have told him something. His wife ain't shit. His wife should have told him about himself. That shit was god damn, nigga.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He was caught up in the times, man, because these days they got, new technology to fix your hairline, and Safari did it. I think Tiger did it. He could have done it these days, but I'm not sure how he's doing.
I mean, to be fair, he was like in his 50s, and
yeah,
at that point, we don't give a fuck at that point, so.
Yeah, at that point, you married with kids, you already got your lover for life.
Yeah. At that point, you can say whatever the fuck you want to anybody, and it don't matter.
Yeah, you can either live that family life or live that Robert Kraft life. You know what I mean?
Yo, we're going to get into that, but that shit crazy.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later, but before we get into that, son, yo, man, the other day, 420, G, man, I should have never done it, bro.
Yo. Oh, you went crazy?
No. I wasn't, it wasn't like that. It was just, I should have never, participated in 420 activities and then tried to drive home right afterwards. That right there,
should be a shame.
It woke me up. It God definitely slapped his hand on my wrist that night. Because it was me and my brother, but we had two cars. What happened was we both had work that day. We got off at the same time, and we was like, yo, let's just get some food, dog. We went to the restaurant, and then this guy brings out, they got them little pen joints. So he brings that out, and I'm like, hey, might as well, dog. I'm off tomorrow, might as well. So we both hit it twice, and them joints is potent. When I say potent, it's like drinking, what's that, you remember we was taking shots of that back in EL? The white, it was a clear, but it was like the strongest drink.
Oh, Everclear?
Yeah, it's like the Everclear. So we took two of them joints. We took two of them joints before we ate. We went inside the restaurant, we ate food, and then we got into the whips, and we're on the way home, right? And he's following me because I got the GPS. Yo, I lie to you not, dog. We go to the gas station, pump the gas, and from the gas station, I literally drive into some random parking lot And I get out the car like, wait, why is the GPS taking me here? But in reality, I'm bugging. My brother's looking at me like, why are you driving to a parking lot? And I'm just like, yo, Reek, I'm out of this world right now. I need a little breather. I need something to drink. Just let me rest, and then we can go home from there. And I had to rest for like maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and then we went on our way home, man.
Yo, so what? Okay, so what was y'all smoking? Like, what was it?
It's the them pen joints. It's not the tree. It's the it's the tree, but it's like it's inside of a pen, and it's like a liquid, and it's hard to explain, man. You gotta ask a weed head. You gotta ask John, man.
Okay, so where did he? Okay, so he didn't put it inside of the pen. So it already was inside the pen when he bought it.
Yeah, it's like prepackaged.
Oh, see, y'all fucking with y'all life right there. Y'all on some other shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, they do that these days. It's different.
And why? Where it's still not, or Jersey, wherever y'all was at. Where you get it from?
It's certain people that sell it like a plug.
That shit ain't from motherfucking Colorado or some shit. Man. I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah,
other niggas be lacing shit.
Nah. We've been doing this for a little minute, so we're used to doing it. It's just I decided to drive, and it was just no good. Bad news.
So you already knew that this was a possibility.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought the food was going to sober me up and I was going to be straight. But that wasn't the case. So it was just bad news from there on out.
Yeah, I'm not fluid in weed smoking either, but I don't think it works like that, big dog. And that's just drinking. And even then, don't work like that. I don't know, man.
Nah, the food helps if you drinking.
I mean, to a point. Depends on what you're drinking. You got like a little martini, then yeah. But if you drinking Everclear, some moonshine, some real shit, it ain't really gonna do a whole lot after a while.
Yeah,
tequila.
I actually never had a martini ever in my life.
I mean, it's a waste of time. Like what, 2% alcohol, some shit, like 0.0. Like it's a waste of time. That's just some rich white girl drink.
Yeah, it's a teaser.
To feel fancy. Yeah.
But yeah,
literally a teaser.
The moral of the story, G. Just never operate large machinery under the influence.
Thanks, Kyle. I needed that story to really drive it home for me, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. No problem.
Jesus Christ. How long you had your license, nigga?
It's coming up to a year.
And you doing shit like that? Come on, dog.
Dog, I thought the time in the restaurant was gonna, it wasn't directly after. It was I was eating food. We was chatting in the restaurant, and I thought I would be coming down, but I didn't.
I mean, if you send us like Everclear or some shit, shit like that don't creep up on you. It don't hit you at that time. I done had edibles like that. That shit don't hit at that time. But that shit creep up on you. That shit, I remember last year, had a damn edible. Shit, deal with a couple homies, and that shit hit as soon as I started driving, but I was good. It wasn't really too bad. But then when I went to sleep, and then woke up in the middle of the night, the fucking room was spinning, bro. I'm like, man, what the fuck? It done got me on. I tried to go piss and shit. I couldn't even get back into the bathroom. I'm like, hold on, man. I gotta lay back down.
Yo.
I gotta figure this shit out.
The good thing was that at least you was at home, son.
Yeah, Cause that shit really hit cause I went to sleep and then woke up in the middle. That's when it really hit. Like, it was hitting on the way home, but it really hit in the middle. Like, when I woke up, I like, the room was spinning. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I was gonna die, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you have like dreams that night?
I can't remember. Niggas can't remember dreams like that. It's a fact that you forget. Like, I forget the stat on it, but like a high percentage of your dreams you forget. So if you're under the influence, you definitely gonna forget your dreams.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It probably was some crazy wild shit though. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't remember the shit though.
It was
all I know. All I know is I woke up, man. Everyone was spinning like a drunk night. Like, I was drunk. Like, it was just spinning like crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? Did
you wake up your roommates?
Nah. I played it cool. Like, I ain't. Cause I'm a chill person when it comes to like when I'm high. Like, I'm chill. I'm the chill type. So I stood up and I couldn't walk. I was like, let me just sit my ass back down, see what I can figure out.
Son, if you was over there stumbling and keys dropping and tables moving and waking your roommates up, man.
I didn't even, like, as soon as I stood up, I sat right back down. I didn't move at all.
Word.
Like, I could not move. Like, I was paralyzed or some shit. I just could not move. Like, just because when I walked in the house, like, everything was good. Like I said, when I was driving, it was creeping up.
It was mellow,
but it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't bad enough to where I was immobile. But then when I went to sleep and woke up in the middle of the night and then tried to go to the bathroom, I was like, as soon as I stood up, it's like I literally could not go anywhere. So it wasn't even going to be any knocking over anything because I just wasn't going anywhere. So I just sat my ass right back down and just try to orchestrate some kind of plan. But that didn't pan out. I just went right back to sleep. That was that.
Yo, see, that's what it does to you, son. Every time niggas get hot, bro, every time niggas is always trying to orchestrate a plan when it could be the simplest plan. You could be thinking in your head, all right, so how am I going to unlock my phone and respond to this text message? It could be the simplest action, and you're just orchestrating this whole plan to do it.
Yeah, that was, mind you, it was an edible, so it hits. From what I hear from the actual potheads, and edibles hit differently than actually smoking the shit. So I don't know if it was a good thing or bad thing, but I was just like, man, hey, whatever the fuck that was. The funniest thing is how the person who I tried it with, how he acquired the shit in the first place. At the time, he working for some pizza joint, and his manager gave it to him.
Wow. And
his manager also does crack too. So that's when it had me. But at the time, I wasn't really thinking about it. But then more I thought about it after that incident, I'm like, this nigga probably laced this shit. But I don't know. It is what it is. It happens.
So I have a friend who has done crack before. That's wild, G.
No, I mean, I guess I technically tried it. I guess I don't know. But ain't no crackhead, so
I got crack.
Hell yeah! That shit was thumping though.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, yeah. That was that 2012.
Hell yeah, classic.
Yeah, 2 Chainz was popping like 2011, 2012, 2013. Man, he was on one.
I mean, but he still stayed relevant.
Yeah, he did.
Even up until now.
Yeah, did you listen to his album that he dropped?
I did. Yeah, because I remember last time we spoke about this. Mm-hmm. I said I didn't listen to it, but actually I did. It was just so forgettable that I didn't remember that I listened to it. I did listen to it. It just wasn't. And mind you, this is the A&R, greatness of LeBron James.
Yeah, you mean my favorite superhero? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was straight at best.
Facts.
It's forgettable. So.
It was. I'm not the type to wait around for a 2 Chainz album. but I do like his singles. He make hot songs, and I do like one of the songs on the album. It's with Marsha Ambrosius.
Yeah, I can't remember what song I liked, but I did like a couple joints out there. It just wasn't good enough to make my sound my playlist. You know what I'm saying? But
word.
It is what it is. Let's start this fucking podcast.
Yeah, man. I was just about to say it, son. Let's get this podcast started, dog. I'm your host, Smoove. I'm here with my co-host, Petty G, and this is the Burg Bros Podcast.
Creams, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, creams, potatoes, creams, potatoes, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken. You name it. You name it. You name it. You name it.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's a little bit. I scratched my voice a little bit on the podcast part.
I mean, you was straight. I wouldn't have caught it if you ain't say nothing, so you good.
Hey, man, I'm a perfectionist.
I can't tell, but
yeah, that's why I ran that 23.8, dog.
Yeah, but who started out today? Me or you?
Yo, let me start this out, son, because I got a message, man. I got a message.
All right, I'm listening.
I got a message not only for you. I got a message for the listeners. I got a message for America. Yo, Kawhi Leonard, he is a phenomenal player. I'm pretty sure he's going to be put down in the books as a Hall of Famer. But I have one. What they call it, G? What's that phrase? I have one
knock. Can you guess him?
One pick. I have a bone. Yeah, I have a bone to pick with him.
Yeah, so one knock against him.
Yeah. That's facts. Here's my knock against Kawhi Leonard. This guy plays great defense, great offense, and this is not really a big knock too. It's just a slight knock. I'm just being a hater right now, but I just feel like Kawhi Leonard cannot lead a team to an NBA championship without a Batman role star or a Greg Popovich. Correct me if I'm wrong, G.
So you feel like he's a Robin. You feel like he's a Robin, basically.
Exactly. I just feel like he's a Robin, bro.
Why you feel like that?
Every time I see him play, I don't see leadership skills. Maybe he leads by example, but I just don't see a vocal leader. I don't see a player that enhances other players by his gameplay. Yeah, he plays well in the Raptors. They have a bomb squad, but when LeBron gets on a bad team, or even a Steph Curry, the one who bring the Warriors up, there's a certain influence, aura, and energy, a vocal leader that leads a team like a Batman, which is why I think Kawhi Leonard is a Robin, bro.
I gotta disagree because a lot of people say that Steph is actually more of a play, show lead by example type of guy than he is more vocal. Even though he does the little shimmy shit when he shoot the three and all that bull, it's like he more of a let me show you type. Like Tim Duncan, he was like that. I mean, there's a list of players that's more of a let me show you first. Let me show you, as opposed to me being the loud. I mean, it just depends on that individual's personality. So right. I wouldn't say that he. I mean, and who else do the Raptors have? If you don't mind me asking, like who do they have outside of him?
They got Kyle Lowry. They got Serge Ibaka, Danny Green, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Jeremy Lin, Marc Gasol. I think they got. No, they don't have him. Yeah, a couple of players to name.
Okay, so I would say that Marc Gasol is notable. I say Lowry. He's notable too. Outside of that, you got a bunch of role players.
Serge Ibaka, I don't think he's it's like he's a in between a role player.
He can't shoot.
Whoa, yes, he can shoot.
Did he develop a shot?
Bro, where have you been living, under a rock?
I haven't been watching this game.
Yeah, bro.
I just remember the old. I remember the old Ibaka. I don't remember this current.
Even the old Ibaka, he shot a little bit. Like he started shooting a little bit.
Maybe mid range. He ain't really shoot. He ain't really shoot from the outside like that.
Bro, if you look at Ibaka highlights, bro, you'll be surprised.
Well, I ain't checking for no Ibaka highlights. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's this news to me. I ain't know he developed a jump shot. But then again, we in a set. You know, Brook Lopez developed a jump shot. So, it don't surprise me. It's just news to me. But I mean, with that being said, he's still like a tweener role player / start. Like he, you know. With that being said, but I mean, but like I said, I think Kawhi. I think his gameplay is enough. I don't think he have to be that in the face player to be a leader. I think he can lead by example, and then I think that's enough to get his team in it. And I think he I mean, the Raptors. What was the Raptors' record last year? What was their record? Like,
they led, like they was top of the. I forgot their record, but they was top of the East.
Okay, so that was already good. I mean, you might have a point. I mean, I don't know. I ain't really been paying attention to the Raptors, to be honest with you. I mean, I hear a lot of shit, but I mean, I don't know. I just think that you can be a silent leader. I think that's my point. Like, you can be a silent leader, and I'm not saying that he is a efficient leader, but it's possible for him to be one if through his play, and that if that's the case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you can be a silent leader, but I just feel like, even when I played football, I was a silent leader. Like, and I knew that my role was to lead by example and to help the team. Like, we had on my team a vocal leader, which actually influenced the team to even play better. And I just feel like the silent leaders are more of the Robins, more so than the Batmans.
So you think it's more of a beta male, so to speak? You think he's more of...
In a way. Nah, I can't say that though, because when you play in this sport, you can't be a beta. You have to go out there and dog out. So I wouldn't go that far to say a beta.
I mean, but anytime you use the Batman Robin analogy, that's essentially what you're saying.
Nah, I'm just saying one is a leader, one is the known leader, and the other is the stronghold sidekick.
So I mean, would a sidekick be an alpha?
I mean, Robin is pretty much an alpha. Would you say?
I mean, once he got older, but I'm saying once he separated himself from Batman. But I'm saying when he was under Batman, you go and call him the alpha.
I feel what you're saying. You got a point there. So I guess you can call him a beta.
Which kind of leads me to also bringing up what you think about the Westbrook Paul George situation.
As far as like their chemistry?
As far as them and the media, like them, saying next question and all that shit. And Paul George, he usually like the good guy, but now he's kind of took what Westbrook have been doing for years and saying next question, and now he's doing that now. Well, he was doing that now that they out of the playoffs now, but he was doing that. So, do you feel like he's kind of been a follower in that situation, or what you feel about that?
I wouldn't say a follower. I would just say I'm not too worried about Paul George doing that in the media because he's been pretty much handling himself pretty well these past couple of his tenure in the league, and it's very emotional. He was in an emotional state. It was an emotional moment. He got Dame Lillard just shot in his face from 1,000 feet for a buzzer beater. So he's all over the place. So I'm not worried about it. I don't feel like he's a follower. He just doesn't. He's not that kind of person to me. Every time I see him, he does what he wants to do. He went to OKC and he signed a contract extension when people wanted him to go to the Lakers to be under LeBron. He was like, nah, I feel I have a good situation over here at OKC. So he's just not a follower at heart. He was just very emotional at the moment. He just didn't care.
And I mean, but there's been a lot of players that don't want to play with LeBron for reasons such as, you know, if the team does good, LeBron get all the praise. Team does bad, everybody else get the fault but LeBron. So I think that's the reason why.
That's not true.
Not true?
LeBron gets a lot of fault for everything. He gets all the fault and he gets all the praise for everything he does.
I love LeBron, but I gotta disagree with that. I gotta disagree. I mean, look at this past season with the Lakers. Everybody was so quick to say, "Oh, it's Magic, it's the coach, it's these other players, it's the fact they're young." Not one person say, "Oh, it was LeBron." I mean, yeah, you're gonna have LeBron haters to be like, "Oh, LeBron is washed" and all that. But the people who appreciate the sport, who opinion really matters, never once really blamed LeBron. And I mean, it's fair. I mean, he was out for 17 games, you know, and they was at one point the 4th seed, you know, right. Like before he got hurt and shit like that. So I mean, but a lot of the other players was injured too. And I mean, I don't think it was fair for, you know, Luke Walton to get fired or, you know, just I feel like this was a crazy year for the Lakers, and I don't think the blame should have been placed on anybody. You know, it was just a matter of injuries. But of course, I think the people around him got the flack and not him.
Yeah, but I have to say that he also deserved it bad. Like niggas like Skip, he was on him. He was like, "What?"
Skip is always on him.
Yeah, that's facts. But it's somebody is on him. Somebody is saying it's his fault for the Lakers season. He doesn't look like the old LeBron. He's getting old. He's about to check out soon. Like there's people always chatting about this man. So he takes the fall and he takes the praise. It's like being a quarterback in the NFL. If your team wins, you're going to get all the praise. But if your team loses, it's going to be like, maybe we should look for a trade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's my opinion. I feel like LeBron, he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done for the NBA for the past, you know, how many years he been in the league? 14 years?
Like 16, 17.
16? You know, he deserved all the credit because he had, like, once Kobe retired, he did kind of carry that. I mean, even before Kobe retired, he had that torch. He kind of carried that torch from Jordan, essentially, because Jordan's retirement year was 2003. His rookie year was 2003. So he's kind of maintained that torch for the past umpteen years. So I got to give him that credit. But I do think, but that's how the NBA is. They're going to cater to their superstars.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah. I said, oh yeah, it's a lot of politics in it.
Yeah. So and that's in any sport really. So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, back to the Paul George thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to
it. It did seem. Yeah, it did seem like a follower move from the simple fact he ain't never done that in regards to the media, because apparently he's kind of like a good guy in regards to the media. Like everybody, he's likable and all that shit. So for him to do that now out of nowhere to try to be, whatever, it's like it just seems a little off. I'm not gonna say he was a follower, but it just seems a little off. So that was my point. It just seemed a little off.
Yeah. He definitely showed his emotions. I feel like his competitive drive is what makes him who he is, and the fact that they lost so early is detrimental to their season because, putting these two superstar players together, they're supposed to advance and try to push for a finals, but, I guess Dame Lillard shut them up.
I mean, but we already knew that they really weren't going to make it that far in the playoffs, judging by their season.
Yeah, that's facts.
So, and to be fair, and to shoot Paul George some bail, he's been injured. So it's not like he could have contributed a hell of a lot anyway. So the fact that he's been out there and still been able to contribute and still be that second best player on their team, speak volumes of who he is as a person. So, I mean, I just think if he's able to do that, then you should be bigger than saying next question to a question that actually has something to do with basketball.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Go ahead. Continue.
But yeah, I'm saying like if it's some silly dumb question, then yeah, next question. But if it's something in regards to basketball, in regards to the game, and you saying next question just because, it's like, come on, dude. That's not you. That's not how you've been rolling for your however many years you've been in the league. So now all of a sudden now you want to do it because your teammate does it. That's some following shit.
I feel where you're coming from. But I heard you mentioned the fact that he was the second best player on the team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's the best player on that team. Like all around as a basketball player, I think he is the best player on the team, and then Russell, because Paul George is the one who is the closer, the clutch man, shooting threes. He could do it all.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I mean, if anybody argue that, I'm not mad at that at all. Honestly, I think this playoff, in playoffs in the past, but this playoff specifically kind of highlighted. You remember the whole list that we was talking about a couple weeks ago about, Russell Westbrook being overrated. I think this is kind of helping that case. These playoffs is helping that case.
That's true.
I think that, so I'm not mad at that argument that he's not even the best on his team. And honestly, I think that's why, despite having averaging triple doubles for 3 straight seasons, I think that's why a lot of people now is not getting him in that top 5 players in the league now, because when you get to the playoffs, this happens. So, he's probably not even making top 5 at his position.
Let me see. Let's do that. We got Steph Curry.
I'm putting Lillard over him now.
Yeah, me too.
Because of that game, I'm putting him over him.
Me too. So okay, we got Steph Curry, we got Kyrie Irving, we got Dame Lillard.
Kemba.
Okay.
Kemba is on a trash team. Super trash. And that's my team. I'm talking trash about my team. This is a super bro, let me put it in perspective for you. If we didn't have Kemba, we would, how the Sixers been like before they got Embiid and Ben Simmons, how they was like intentionally tanking and getting 14 wins, 9 wins or some shit. Mm-hmm. We are so bad that we don't even need to tank. If we didn't have Kemba, we wouldn't even need to tank. We would literally get 6 wins and that's it.
Yeah,
that's how bad we are without Kemba.
Yeah, that's facts. I must admit that is facts. All right, you know what? I'm gonna throw Kemba in there. Would you throw Chris Paul in there, or is it too? He's too old.
I think he's the reason why the Rockets is up in the series right now. That dude got one more game to play, right?
Yeah.
Because Harden been playing like trash, honestly. I mean, he's still been getting buckets and assists and shit, but he ain't the same. He ain't the same as he another one. He ain't the same like he is during the regular season for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm still putting Chris Paul in that top 5 point guard. At some point, he was. I don't know if he still is, but he is a key factor on that Rockets team right now. So, you already said Steph, right? You already said Steph.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so you said Steph. So, Kemba, Steph,
Kyrie,
Damian, Kyrie, who else?
It's either going to be Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook, bro.
I mean, I gotta go with Chris Paul. I mean, he did something with them Clippers when he was back with the Clippers. So I gotta go with Chris Paul.
We talking about right now.
Right now, I mean, he's still even now. I mean, you got a struggling Harden. You got shooters around you, but you know, they ain't really playoff. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like the NFL. The flashy bullshit is not going to work in the playoffs. So all them 3-point shooting, all that bullshit, at the end of the day, don't work in the playoffs. And you can sit here and say, okay, well, what about the Warriors? Okay, they got shooting, but they also got other things as well. They got true leadership. They got defense. They got other things. They got a solid coach. They got a solid foundation overall. So that allows them to be able to shoot. But if you don't have a strong foundation, then all that other shit is bullshit. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go with Chris Paul. I'm sorry. Gotta go with Chris Paul over Westbrook.
Okay. I mean, I ain't mad at that. Like, that's fair. I'm gonna mention one name, and you got to tell me if it's too early, if it's too soon. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. First off, what is his position?
He's a point guard? He's a point.
If they really putting this 6'10" nigga at point guard,
he's a beast.
I remember saying that shit the other day. I'm like, really?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. You gotta pay attention. He a beast.
Nah. I seen his highlights. He good. So I was skeptical. But I was skeptical. So I seen him at LSU, and I'm like, he good. He's talented. But I think I know what it is, and I think this is why. You can't put him with the top players yet. He's not mentally there yet.
Okay.
Cause I mean, damn, what's the goddamn? What's his name? I forget his name. We just talking about him. Motherfucking the black dude that was with Skip Bayless. Used to be
Skip. I mean, shit.
God damn, nigga. We just talked about his hairline.
Shit. Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Boom. So Stephen A. Smith made a good point in saying if he developed a jump shot, then he could be LeBron James Part 2.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to that.
So my thing is, why if a Brook Lopez can develop a 3, if a Ibaka can develop a 3, why the hell can't this dude do it? He can do everything else. I seen him train it like before he got into NBA. I seen him one of his little training tapes or whatever. I like watching athletes training and shit. I'm on some weird shit, but
yeah, you are.
Yeah, I seen him training like just shooting around and shit. Like he does so many things, within the paint, within mid range. Like why can't you just buckle down and listen to everybody and develop a fucking 3?
Yeah,
like it's not hard, obviously.
Yeah, it's just weird because even me, I don't even play ball like that. I can develop a 3 if I train at it. And I just don't know why he's not developing it at this time. Like, this is the NBA. He's here. He's here. He's a starter, and he needs to have it.
You literally have all day to just do nothing but basketball. At some point, why not set aside 30 minutes and shoot the fucking ball? That's literally all you have. Your career is basketball. Think about that.
Yeah, that's
true. It's 24 hours in a day. Your everyday 365 is basketball. Why the fuck do you not have a jump shot?
That's like if your manager come to you and ask you like, yo, you still don't know how to fold towels, and you've been at Bed Bath & Beyond for how long?
Exactly. Niggas will look at me crazy. Like, nigga, you don't know what a fucking bed sheet is? Like, come on. You can't, like, you have to, like, if this your profession, you're getting paid millions of bucks to do one thing, is put the ball in the fucking net. Literally, it's simple. Why can't he do it?
Yeah.
Well, from the 3-point range.
Yeah,
why can't he do it?
just, I don't know. I don't think he wants to do it. I don't think he wants to do it.
And that's his problem, and that is Westbrook's problem. They don't want to fucking listen. And that's because many people done told Westbrook to stop having such a high energy in the playoffs. Simmer it down. They've been saying it ever since Durant was there. They said, simmer it down. He said, fuck that, and he kept doing what he was doing. And look at him now. Out of the fucking playoffs. Once again. And, I mean, and like Simmons going down that same alley. Nobody can't tell him nothing because people been blowing smoke up his ass his whole fucking life. Light-skinned, tall nigga. Boom. Can't tell him shit. Get all the white girls he want. Can't tell him shit.
Come
on.
One thing you got to take into account is that Ben Simmons, I think he's like 22, dog.
Yeah, he a young nigga, yeah.
So, like, Russell Westbrook, he's a veteran in the league. Okay, you can give him that criticism. But Ben, I feel like, in a couple of years, he'll develop something.
But that's what I'm saying. Westbrook had this criticism since he was Ben Simmons' age. That's what I'm saying. When Durant was there for all them years that they was, doing their thing, Westbrook kept doing what he wanted to do. And they helped, and I forgot who made this point on ESPN, but they made a good point. That's what helped him get to the point, because he only averaged, I think they said 10, 11 points in high school, and then they said he wasn't really good enough to play in college. So him, blocking out the naysayers helped him get to this point. But I think there comes a time when you then have to kind of flip it and then start listening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's in every aspect of life. Like your strongest asset can be your biggest downfall.
Yeah, and that's tough.
And yeah, it's tough. And I think I think people like this who so dead set on what they do, they have a tough time. They don't want to flip it. They want to just keep doing what they're doing. But there's certain phases in your life where you just have to flip your mindset and just and do it another way. Otherwise, you're going to remain stagnant. You came into the league with no championships. You're potentially going to leave out of the league with no championships because you just kept that same fucking mindset.
I feel like he's going to have one of those. He's going to have one of those legacies like Oscar Robertson or what's that dude that play on the Hawk? Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, Dominique. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have one of those legacies. They never won the
Carmelo.
big. Yeah. Carmelo. He's gonna have one of them.
And that's unfortunate because all he got to do is listen. That's all.
But they need to put some shooters around him too. I don't feel like that team has enough shooters.
I mean, they just need to put more talent on that team, period. But I mean, I give him this. Him and Paul George did take, because with that supporting cast, it did take shit to something. But I mean, obviously, when it comes into legacy, especially into this day and age of social media, that shit ain't enough. It ain't enough to do that shit. You don't get flowers for that shit.
Not even sunflowers, dog.
Nah, you don't get dandelions, you don't get sunflowers, you don't get shit.
Not even the sunflower seeds.
You get the weeds, nigga. You get the shit that nobody want.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah, but since we on that topic though, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Paul George's, I think it's his sister, because I was on Instagram one day. This is a long time ago. I was on Instagram one day, and I don't know how. I think I was on the feed or whatever, and Paul George had a post with his sis. I think it's his sis or his cousin. Don't quote me on this. But I clicked on her page, and apparently she's an artist. So I looked at her SoundCloud link, and she has a beautiful voice, bro. A beautiful voice. She did a cover to Ariana Grande's My Everything song. And I listened to it, bro, and I ain't gonna hold you. I liked it, and I have it saved on my SoundCloud likes, man.
I mean, that's what's up. I mean, is she independent, or she signed with somebody?
She independent, but she not doing nothing right now. Like she needs a team. She needs marketing. She needs promotion. She needs a man. I don't know, but she has a beautiful. Man, you got me on that one. I don't know.
See, I mean, there's a lot of cases like that. There's so many talented individuals out there, but it's like if you don't have the right team around you, you don't know the right people, then your brother can be a NBA All-Star, and it don't matter because you don't have the right people around you. So I mean, it's unfortunate, and I mean, send me the link so I can listen too.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get on my R&B shit. I actually been listening to some R&B this past weekend and shit. Listen to motherfucking Pac Anderson.
Okay.
I listened to his latest album,
Anderson .Paak.
That shit. Yeah, Anderson .Paak. There we go. Shit. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was really good. It was better than the last thing he did. And then I think it went hand in hand with Malibu, the thing that got him popping to begin with. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he's nice, man.
So,
He's a funky soul. He gets you moving. He's funky, very funky.
Yeah, and then listen to Daniel Caesar.
Okay.
Listen to that album that he released way back in 2017, and Her. Another album released way back in 2017, but I mean they ain't really giving me a whole lot of material since then. So that's what I listen to, and shit was lit.
Now I'm asking you a question, G.
What up?
And if you don't answer this correctly, I'm gonna send somebody over there to order a hit on you.
All right.
Did you listen to Roto Bookie?
All right, just let me know when you hire that hit.
You talk about all this music you listening to, and you still didn't listen to Roto Bookie, son.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what so that's why I was going to ask you to send me the link the other day. Cause I actually listened to his song. That song, it was fire.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen to the whole project though.
Okay, that's fine. Listen to it on your own time.
So I'm gonna blame it on you because you didn't send me the link to his whole project.
You have to blame it on the booze.
Yeah,
got me feeling loose. Blame it on the.
All right, we're not doing.
I'll stop.
Nah.
I thought it was Jamie Foxx.
What that Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx and T-Pain. Was it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that was the same. I knew T-Pain had something to do with it. Yeah, but that was Jamie Foxx, right? That sung the hook.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's not revisit that. Okay, we're not doing that.
Yo.
But
Yo, before you go, niggas need, like, you know how niggas have a 70s party, 80s party, 90s. Niggas need to have a 2000s party, bro.
Niggas have that. They have the motherfucking chicken and biscuits or some shit. Some
What?
Kind of, it's some kind of little party thing. I went to that shit either 2 years ago.
Yo, what kind of country shit? Chicken and biscuits.
Damn, that's not chicken and biscuits. It's something else. But it's something in that name.
You talking about?
It's like a little.
You talking about the chitlin circuit, dog?
Nah, that's something totally different. But what I'm saying is, it's like a little party thing. They bounce from city to city and shit. So apparently they had it in Raleigh, quite a few times. So my homie that I met here in Charlotte, he was like, yeah, man, that shit fire. So we went to the event that they had in Charlotte. I mean, but I went sober. He was, a little intoxicated. And, of course he had a blast. I mean, I'm just standing there. Hey, it's just a new day and age with these clubs, man. It's just everybody on their fucking phone.
Yo.
It's just different.
And that's the thing that's killing the clubs, man.
Yeah, it's just different.
Like these days, bro, it's all about letting other people know that you're at the club rather than having fun at the club. And that sucks.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes, bro, I be so bopped that I don't even remember to take a picture. But these people, they always remember. I gotta take a picture, bro.
And then it's either that or they with their significant other or some shit. Like it was just different, man. And I was just like, man, it's cool to be intoxicated, but damn, man, this shit here.
So you you was at the bar lonely drinking some. I mean, not even drinking, but you was at the bar lonely.
No, I wish I was at a fucking the shit was just so fucking packed, and just so many people just standing the fuck around that you couldn't just stand in one spot, for a long period of time. You had to circulate just for no reason. Like, it was just ridiculous, bro.
They play some twerk songs in there?
You said me?
Yeah, nah, did they play some twerk songs in there?
Oh. He said I get some twerk.
That is crazy, dog.
No. Yeah, I mean, they played it, but, I mean, it was the same 3 drunk girls twerking. It was just like, what's going on?
That's the worst, man.
But anyways, we off of that. That's Black history.
Yeah, that's fact.
All right, so on to the I'm actually gonna bring up some baseball news.
Ooh.
Actually. Okay.
You're stepping in other territories, but go ahead.
Yeah. Just ever so slightly, and I ain't gonna do a full stomp. You know what I'm saying? Just a little tiptoe. So Chicago White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson, I think he was suspended for a game for they said for flipping the bat or some shit. But, flipping the bat because he hit the home run or some shit. But then the pitcher, Brad Keller, played for the Kansas City Royals. He actually came. He approached him, and because of that, and then Tim, black dude, said the N-word to the white guy, Brad, and I don't know if he got suspended for the bat flip or the word, but he got suspended for a game.
Wait. Let me get it straight. The batter is black?
Yeah, the batter is black. Tim Anderson is black.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Keller, the pitcher, is white.
Okay.
And Tim flipped the bat, because, baseball be on some other shit when it comes to celebrations and shit. So the pitcher, he got in his feelings, approached him. Why you got, what I'm saying? Like, why you flipping the bat and all that? But then, they had their whole back and forth, and then Tim apparently at some point said the N-word. Tim, the black guy, said it to a white guy.
Right.
And, so he got ejected, suspended for a game, I think they said he got suspended for the bat flip, but apparently the N-word was a no-go as well. And yeah, so yeah, there was a whole Twitter uproar about it, and the whole social media, everything was just crazy because of that. So
do you realize how funny this situation is? Because he got suspended for him saying, I don't know if it was the bat flip or the N-word, but either way, either one of those reasons is a nut reason to get suspended for a game.
My thing is, okay, so if the rule is you can't say the N-word, period, right?
Okay.
For everybody. You can't say the N-word, period, and you get suspended for it. My thing is that should be held across the board for black people and white people or Latinos. It should be held across the board. That's my thinking of it. That's why I'm not on the side of, oh wait, he's black, he can say it. I'm on the side if Brad can't say it, then Tim can't say it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So that's my feeling on it. I just feel like that in general. Black people, don't be saying the N-word to these white people, and then if they say it back, I mean, you can get mad all you want to, but my thinking is, why say it to them? That's why I always get uncomfortable when black people be saying around white people. I get uncomfortable standing around white people. It's just like,
yeah, that's true.
You enabling them to be like, well, why can't I say it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I actually, when I'm around white people, I never even say the N-word. But when I'm around my nigga, I said it just now. Like, exactly. It's just the culture, the code switching. But the thing that's funny is the swinging of the bat because yo, is that like a disrespectful thing in baseball for you to swing?
Yeah, it's baseball protecting the egos of pitchers. So you can't really it's pretty much like golf, and tennis, where you can't really celebrate like you want to. You know how it was a big thing when Serena wearing what she wore. I think she was wearing some kind of Catwoman suit or some shit. How she couldn't show her curviness, or like how how golf is. So it's just one of those sports where you can't really be yourself. And yeah, I mean that's why it's even though their money, they still pay good. Somehow it's like their sport is tanking.
Yeah, that sport is tanking, bro. I have no care in the world for the sport. It's just, I mean, I guess these players are getting paid big bucks. If my son wanted to play baseball, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, make that money. But as far as the sport, it's just tanking, bro. I guess that bat flip or whatever is like equivalent to when T.O. went to the Star on the Cowboys field and he celebrated or whatever.
T.O. went all the way out of his way to disrespect.
Yeah, that's very true.
A bad flip is just you happy. Like you're happy. And I think that is why Kyle Murray, I think that's why he chose football over baseball. Even though I forgot what team it was. It was the Angels or some shit. They offered him a $14 million extension on top of what they already offered him. Wow. So I think in total he was going to be offered $19 million off the rip, and he still was like, "Nah, I'm going to the league. I'm going to the football league."
That boy want to get hit.
I mean, and then his dad played. I don't know if his dad played professional football. I know his dad played both sports as well, football and baseball. So, I mean, I can't say that his dad told him to go football because his dad also played baseball. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think he just didn't want to be restricted. And I think we both play football. There's a rush when it comes to football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think neither one of us played baseball. But there's a special kind of rush when it comes to football that I don't think you can get from baseball.
Yeah, that's facts.
And I think that's what, at the end of the day, that's what we live. because none of this money and shit, none of that shit matters when we die anyway. So at the end of the day, when you trying to enjoy your life and you can still make a good living, what you gonna choose? The thing that's gonna make your life more fulfilling. And football, I feel like, makes his life more fulfilling. So, boom.
Yeah, and he's going with the draft. We're going to see if the Arizona Cardinals pick him at number 1 or he falls later in the draft. What do you think, G?
I don't think he's gonna fall. If Cardinals don't pick him, which they are, they on some other shit. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. But
man.
If Cardinals don't pick him, then I think the Giants will. That's my thinking.
Yeah, they like the Giants.
Actually, both franchises on some bullshit right now.
Yeah, them franchises. They need a prayer and a half, dog.
Cause it's just the front office, bruh. Cause you know how the saying goes. It all starts in the front office, and both the Giants and the Cardinals are just literally just like doing everything wrong according to the handbook. Cardinals have the current quarterback that they traded up for in the last year's draft, got him thinking that he's about to be replaced by another quarterback in this upcoming draft, and it's just like, why would you even put that? It's one thing if you just draft him out of nowhere and nobody even knew this was coming,
right?
But to entertain this shit for the past 2 or 3 months, it's like, why fucking do that?
Because
it's stupid.
They've been a team that sucked for a little while, man. Even with Larry Fitzgerald on that team, like they sucked for a little while. After that Super Bowl run that they had, that was it.
But there's still no reason to be like that as a front office. You're literally showing why you suck as a front office by doing shit like this.
Yeah, that's very true. And it makes Josh, what's his name, Josh Rosen. It makes Josh Rosen not want to play for the team because all of this information is leaking out, and he's like, "Wait, I don't think I'm the quarterback for this team." Like what? And it just makes him. It can stir him in a direction where he can lose confidence.
Exactly, and then going to the Giants. Now you got the owner, Gettleman, or whatever the fuck his name is, got him coming out saying, you don't go to the draft for needs. You get the best player, which is why they got Saquon Barkley last year, which was I think it was a good pick. Could they use a quarterback? Sure, but not Peyton, but Eli Manning, he still had a decent season. Even with Odell missing so many games, he still had a decent season. And then the trading of Odell, it's like Giants front office is just shit, and Cardinals front office is shit. Yeah. But the difference between those two organizations is Giants have a history of winning Super Bowls, and the Cardinals have zero history of winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so, that's facts. That's facts. And another difference is that they have a potential Hall of Famer on their team right now. I don't know who's a potential Hall of Famer on the Cardinals, but the Giants have a potential Hall of Famer in Saquon Barkley.
Oh, okay. Well, Larry Fitzgerald is a cemented Hall of Famer. Oh,
shit. How could I forget, G? I just mentioned his name. Damn, my bad.
And, and Eli Manning is a potential Hall of Famer, too.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. So, yeah. Like, the Giants, I feel like the Giants rebuild mode is going to be better than the Cardinals rebuild mode.
I just think that it was stupid to extend Odell's contract to $95 million only to trade him a year later.
Yeah. That
was stupid. It don't make sense. Yeah. And then to call him a cancer or whatever, and then he spazzed on Twitter on somebody saying, what did he say? Hold on, I have it over here too. Shit, where is it at? He was like, if I'm a cancer, then I'm a cancer because I'm gonna paraphrase it. He was like, the Giants basically like losing, and I like winning. So if I'm a cancer, then in that case, then yeah. So I'm like, yo, bro, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Nah, that guy has no rap. That shit crazy.
I mean, but my thing is, I you know, a lot of people saying that it's not a big deal that he's not showing up for these voluntary training sessions with the Browns and stuff. I think it is a big deal to me, because you going to a new team. It's like, I mean, whether you want it to or not, you with a new team, you got to make the best of the situation. I think even though he was doing that with the Giants, it's like, bruh, clearly that shit won't working with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not try to develop some kind of chemistry with the team, with the quarterback, with everybody? Just could be there for, you know, for those, you know, training sessions, for those meetings. We went to the first one, but then he just did his own training. It's like, why don't you just be there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And maybe it's just me, but it's just like, why not just be there?
Nah, it's not just you. Like, I definitely agree with that statement. He needs to show that he wants to be a part of that organization, and he needs to show that he's also a leader that can lead the Browns out of this scum and go to a playoff fight and hopefully turn the whole organization around. So I definitely agree with you on that statement. He needs to be out there, OTAs and all that good stuff, so he can show the team, the coaches, the organization, the fans that he's here to stay.
Yeah.
Rather than just using it as a publicity stunt.
And saying that just goes back to my me watching the Antonio Brown interview when he was talking about Big Ben Roethlisberger, then you know, then set up any kind of you know, one-on-ones with him, basically, like, you know, throwing around the ball and shit, all that. He was saying, oh, I mean, he could have hit me up and all that. I'm like, if you one of the leaders, why can't you hit him up? You know what I'm saying? I'm not defending Big Ben, because Big Ben is a piece of shit on his own, you know.
Yo, I want to talk about that, but go ahead about Antonio Brown now. Go ahead.
Yeah, he a piece of shit in his own way. We're gonna talk about that. And but yeah, it's like, why not you a grown ass man. You know, a potential Hall of Famer. You a leader of this team. Why can't you, if you want to win so badly, you love football so badly, then why can't you hit him up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, at the end of the day, cause then you hit him up and then he either ghosts you, you know, or say he'll do it and then don't show up or some shit, some bullshit like that, then you have a case.
Right.
You don't hit him up at all, then that makes you look just as out of it as he is.
Honestly, it looks pussy, bro. It just looks. It looks like he's just that guy who's just. He's just like okay. So there's dysfunction in that organization, and he's just playing into it rather than trying to stop the dysfunction.
Exactly.
So that does not make a good leader. Great leaders try to stop, like, they try to diffuse the dysfunction in the organization. But he's just playing along with it, and that just makes him, like, the Raiders. They're gonna have something, man. I don't know.
And that's my and going back to the whole alpha beta conversation. Just because you loud and just because you sit here and bitch and moan in an aggressive way, don't make you an alpha. It just makes you a bitch and moaner in an aggressive way. That's just what it is. A leader don't have to be in charge all the time. A leader knows when to pick and choose when to lead. A leader allows other people to grow to be a leader. A leader leads the way and teach and allow other people to teach and train them on how to teach and just and be a father figure in a sense and just be there.
Yo, G,
you know, emotionally, physically.
I'm gonna clap it up for you, because you hit it on the pinpoint with describing what a leader should be, bro.
Thank you. I try. You know what I'm saying?
Just bow.
Every day. Thank you.
Go ahead and bow. When I see you, I'm gonna give you a high five, bro, and a hug, man.
give me a low five. I'm a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
White boys with a high five. All right.
All right, I feel you. I got the low five for you.
All right, thank you. So, but yeah, I mean, that's what a leader is. That's what a leader is, and there's a lot of motherfuckers out here just very confused as to what a leader is, and maybe they didn't have a strong father figure in their life, or maybe I don't know what the fuck it is, but that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah. Antonio, like, great player, great athlete. He makes a difference in the games, but there's more towards professional sports that you have to take into account. Like, he's now in his prime, which means he has more responsibility, but he's not taking full responsibility of his actions.
Exactly.
But let's go to Ben Roethlisberger, bro.
Oh yeah, let's go. What's up?
Now, Ben, piece of shit, right? So, I've been hearing things here and there, and I'm like, I did not know Ben was like this at all. Do you know a specific what does Ben do, or what has he done? Well, I mean, yeah, I know he had the whole he was charged with domestic abuse and all that.
Assault.
Oh, sexual assault.
Sexual assault. Yeah,
but
that would kick it off. That would kick it off for me,
right?
Because before that, you know, growing up watching Ben Roethlisberger, because I think he came into the league 2004, and I was in the 4th grade at that point, and for him, if anybody who knows football history, for a rookie quarterback to come in the league and cause the uproar that he did that year, it was magical.
Yeah.
And then the year following, it was like his first few years in the league was like magical.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like you didn't see him as nothing but a good guy because of what he was able to do on the field.
Exactly.
So when you hear that story of the sexual assault, that was my first. But of course, at this point, I think I was already like 19, 20 at this point or some shit. So I was like, okay, I'm basing what I remember off of watching him and what I remember off of Madden. You know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, this dude, he's doing this? What? And they're just like, man, that was the first taste of it. And then you hear all of these reports now because of Le'Veon Bell, what was going on with him, and then some of Ben's old teammates saying, and then what Antonio Brown say. It's like, damn, you piecing this all together.
That's
like,
you know what I think it is, bro?
What's up?
I think it's a new era. Like, say these players were playing in the 90s. I don't think all of these players would come out like this. Like, you know how Michael Jordan was to his teammates, or Kobe Bryant was to his teammates?
Yeah.
Like, they were relentless. They were ruthless. Like, they had fights in practice.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
yeah, I just think it's the time of the eras. Like, these days, these players is not playing for that no more.
Honestly, bro, to even take it to an even bigger conversation, I think you think about the greats, like even the ones you just listed, Kobe, Jordan. You think about the greats and what it took for them to get to that point. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Your greatest asset can be your greatest downfall.
Exactly.
And I think that because I wish I remember the reporter. He's actually a ESPN reporter, I believe, and he's the author of many great books. And damn, I wish I remember his name. But he was making a case. He pretty much was talking about how Jordan, like how his thing was, like he needed to create motivation. So that what made him beef with a lot of his friends and family, and how he separated himself from everybody. That what led him to be the guy he was on the basketball court. But then you fast forward to now, it's kind of the very thing that's limiting him as an owner, as a father, as where he is post basketball playing. So it just, and then you think about Big Ben, and what he all the shit that's coming out about him. It's like these greats, they become great, but they make a hella sacrifices to become that great.
Very true. Very true. That's well said.
And, yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate, and then it just made me think about when I striving to be the greatest sprinter and stuff like that, the sacrifices I made. Putting off this, putting off that, just concentrating on this. It's like being great at something, or even taking it outside of sport. Warren Buffett, like his wife literally said how he literally, if it wasn't for her, and he even said,
right,
if it wasn't for his wife, he could not function in the house.
Yeah.
Like, she told him to go get a fucking pan or pot out of the kitchen.
And he
didn't know what the fuck he was looking for when he went in the kitchen. Like, it was ridiculous.
This
is one of the smartest men in the world in his field. One of the smartest men in the world in his field. And he couldn't find a fucking pan in his kitchen.
Yeah. And his kid said that he was a good father, but he was always working.
Exactly.
So without his wife, man.
And that's how a lot of these people are, who are super successful. They're so keyed in on what the fuck they're doing in their profession,
right,
that they miss out on life. So a lot of people think that these billionaires, millionaires is enjoying their money, they going on vacations and stuff. When in reality, they're so glued into what the fuck they're doing that they can't even enjoy life.
Yeah, shout out to you for watching that documentary. It's a very good documentary. I love documentaries, and that was a good one right there.
Yeah, it's a really good documentary.
Really good. That was a great one.
I advise anybody to watch that Warren Buffett documentary. Very good. It's
so inspiring. Like, I love documentaries about somebody's come up. It could be sports, finance, artists, anything, man. Like, I just love history documentaries, man.
Yeah, I gotta watch more and more documentaries, but that was a great one.
The next one on my list is that Beyonce documentary. I got to get that one off.
Oh yeah, I've been putting that off. I just feel like I don't know. I've been putting it off, but I have heard that a Prince documentary is coming out.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that joint.
Hell yeah, but yeah, I mean, but back to the convo. Yeah, I mean, that's my spell on these greats, so to speak. It's like they're great at their profession, but we can't hold them to the same standard when it comes to real life.
Yeah, remember we were talking about Tiger Woods? Like,
yeah,
I said,
exactly.
if you're an athlete, to be forgiven, all you have to do is win. The people's going to forgive you. They're going to forget about all that stuff. Just win. And now he's celebrated.
Exactly. You forget all that shit. All that shit when he fucking ran into the fire hydrant or some shit, and ducked out. Like, it was just a bad look at that time. God damn. He was, think about what was going on.
He was on some Kyrie shit with that shit, man. Like, I almost crashed into some shit when I was coming home from that 420 night.
Nah, that was different though. That was different. His fucking maid or whatever the fuck it was. Married a maid or something. What a maid. Like, she had him ass backwards. Like, he was going through it, bro.
He was showing his ass, man.
He was showing his ass for real that day. That shit was crazy. He got outed and ran into a fucking fire hydrant. Yo, you just, at that point, you gotta chill for a little bit.
Yeah,
you gotta say, man, fuck off.
Yeah, you gotta be low key for a long time.
Yeah, and then you just come back and shit on all these niggas.
Yeah,
for the fuck of it.
He had a master plan.
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. Speaking of which, we talk about these greats. Then I want to swing it to the greats to be, or potentially.
I like this.
Nick Bosa. You heard about him?
Mm-hmm.
He's the defensive end. Highly touted to come into this tomorrow's draft. Many say he might go second to the 49ers. His brother currently playing in the league, I think, for the Chargers.
Right.
And his dad used to play in the league. So he comes from a family of great NFL talent. So then his tweets with some, you spoke about the Beyonce documentary. He actually said that Beyonce is trash. Then he also said that Kaepernick is a clown. And then he also have given praise to Trump's administration as well. So recently that deleted those tweets. He didn't retract what he said. He just deleted them out of knowing that he's going to be potentially drafted to a 49ers or any football league, any football team that has a majority black roster.
All right, so when did he tweet these things?
He tweeted these things, I think they said before he got into college, like I think his senior year of high school or some shit, like either junior or senior year of high school, like right before he got into college. And then I think that but he's 21 now.
So here's my spiel on this, G. Me personally, now that I've heard that, and if he still has those opinions in life, I'm not going to like the guy, because you have no reason to dislike Beyonce. Beyonce has always kept a good image in the public eye. She's always been coming up with fire music. She's been a role model for black women. Not only black women, all women. She's the biggest star of today. I don't see a reason to even dislike Beyonce. Why would you even hate Beyonce? So that's one. What's the other thing he said?
Kaepernick is trash.
Kaepernick is trash. And you said he said this his senior year in high school?
Yeah, I think they said around his senior, junior year of high school.
So okay, around that time, Kaepernick, this was before Kaepernick kneeled. They ain't really give a good timeline as to when these tweets was, but they said all of this happened like within his freshman year of college and senior junior year of high school. But they ain't give a good timeline as to when he did it. I mean, the guy plays football, he's good at it, but personally, I probably wouldn't like him as a person. Yeah,
but we expect that NFL teams. There's a lot of whether it's political differences within the locker room, because we got a bunch of domestic abuse going on. With what's the nigga that used to be the running back for the Chiefs now with the Browns?
I always forget his name, bro.
Yeah,
the nigga with the dreads. That's all I know.
He's forgettable for whatever reason. But that nigga, Ray Rice, you have so many Big Ben. You have so many examples of sexual abuse, domestic abuse within the locker room. These guys, because you got to remember, these guys are dealing with getting banged in the head, dealing with fragile male egos, dealing with just dealing with a lot of shit, away from football. But then you bring all of those egos in the locker room, everybody's not going to be kumbaya. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Everybody comes from different backgrounds, different cities, different states. And
so my thing is, don't delete the tweet, because stand 10 toes in what you believe.
Exactly.
Exactly. He never said he don't fuck with what he said. He just deleted it.
See, that just makes him pussy, bro. Like, if you're gonna say some shit, you gotta stand behind it, bro. I respect the bold racist folks more than I respect the sedity, the what's the word? Fucking
yeah, I know.
Nonchalant.
You talking about like the
passive aggressive,
like the hippies, like the progressive hippies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I respect those bold races more.
Yeah,
yeah.
Be blatant with it. Don't pussyfoot around. At least I know. You know what I'm saying? Don't go on your street. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he could learn a thing or two from Donald Trump, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's the thing. I mean, I think that just kind of broadened it to even just to even why, why do, I mean, this is what it is. Adult, as kids, we just wear our truth on the sleeve. Like, we just tell the truth. Well, we ain't even asked to tell the truth. Like, we just say shit. We just say shit just to say shit. But then as we get older, we're taught to lie. We're taught that it's professional to lie. It's the right thing to lie.
Yeah.
So we get taught to lie. So then you have these people who are you have a small demographic of people who is so used to telling the truth, or so used to being straightforward. And then once you get around now the majority, now it's like, oh, you're the eyeball out because you're just off the wall, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
Mike
it's just
Jackson.
like, man,
Mike Jackson, the greatest of all time.
Go, expound on that.
Nah, I just want to say Mike Jackson because you say off the wall. That's all.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize I quoted a song, but all right.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It went over your head, but you got it.
Get into your music bag right quick. You
Already.
Know what I'm saying? Go ahead. But yeah, I mean, that's just the world we live in, man. It's how it's always been. That's how it always will be. That's why you have you have certain people who now is kind of thriving, like your Cardi B's or your Tiffany Haddishes, so to speak, because they represent that real, authentic.
Exactly, bro.
And they, and it's like we've been in this world of, and that's why reality TV is so big, because we want reality. We so stuck in this virtuality, so to speak, that a little touch of reality is such a great thing now.
Mm.
And it's just like, man, we just gotta, at the end of the day, we just gotta step away from, come full circle, step away from social media and just enjoy life.
Yeah, we have to, Apple and the droids, they gotta just shut down all the phones, just so people can come together, unite for a day, and share some food and have a little barbecue outside, just get along, bond, do all that good stuff.
Exactly.
But I'm glad you brought up the draft, bro, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know if it's me or it's you as well, but for some reason, bro, I'm not as interested into the draft these days as I used to be back then. You feel the same?
Yeah, and I think I think that reason being, me and you haven't really kept up with college football as much over the past few years. So then those players that's transitioning to the next level, it don't hold as much weight, because it's like, it used to be like, dang, I used to see XYZ at Syracuse or North Carolina or Florida State. I used to watch him on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Now he about to be drafted. Like, damn, like you feel like you grew up with that guy. Cause like in football, you have to stay in school for at least 3 years. So you get to watch this kid from his freshman year to his either junior or senior year, like you kind of grew up with this guy, and then now to see him go to that next level, it's like now you have you got a whole nother kind of bond with that player, to where now it's like we're kind of been not as attached to college football for whatever reason. And it's like, okay, it's just a bunch of no-name guys who don't really matter to me anymore. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and you remember when Reggie Bush was in college, USC? That moment in life was so electrifying, bro. And like the world was waiting on the team he got drafted by.
Exactly. That was just that, and that just fit into that. I think that phase in our life, because we were kids.
Right.
That phase in our life, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, that phase when Reggie Bush was in college, or when, like I said, when Big Ben was just getting to the NFL. Like, during that time period, it was just such a magical moment for us in regards to sports, period. So then it's like, now you're dealing with real life, you're dealing with college, you're dealing with bills, you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with this, you're dealing with that. You got so much shit going on now. It just, that magic wears away.
Yo,
now
you know what, bro? That is very true. When responsibility comes into play, you watch less of it. Because you don't have that time as you used to have when you was a young boy.
Exactly. And it just wears away. And then you just see these niggas for who they really are, as opposed to what you used to imagine them to be as a kid. You used to imagine them to be these great, like, you know, subhuman species type people. Yeah, they just humans, just like me and you.
Yeah, and I would say the last player to come out of college that was electrifying, like Reggie Bush, was Saquon Barkley, bro.
Yeah, and I didn't watch a lot of his game in college, but seeing the highlights, yeah, I could see that. As far as that position, I could see that.
Definitely in that position, because he has a unique set of skills. Like, I've never seen a running back be as fast as him and can also like run anybody over like Adrian Peterson. Like Adrian Peterson, like he's another Adrian Peterson, to be honest.
Do he stay with the Giants or do he leave when his contract is up?
Yo, the Giants need to hold on to him for dear life.
But because we both know what the shelf life of a running back is.
Right.
So with that being said, and his rookie contract being up in 3-4 years, if Giants is still rebuilding going into his second year, and definitely rebuilding after they just got rid of their best talent, and then you still have a ancient quarterback. I mean, realistically, do you see in 2 years the Giants making any kind of noise in the playoff, even smelling the playoffs in 2 years?
In 2 years, in 2 years, say they draft a quarterback in this draft now, right? This year. In 2 years, the most I'll give them is making a push for the playoffs, like a 9-7, like a 9-7 at most 10-6. In 2 years.
You know what they should do?
Go ahead.
You know what they should do? They should tank again this year, and then get the quarterback from Clemson next year. Right. He'll be a sophomore after this year. So they gotta wait. Damn, they gotta wait 2 years. Never mind. Scratch that.
Wait, so hold on. Right. He's a freshman now.
Yeah, the quarterback at Clemson that had that magical year last year, he was a freshman last year. This upcoming year, he's a sophomore, a true sophomore.
You can't come to the
next year.
You can't come out of college after your sophomore year.
No, you have to be there for 3 years because he was a true freshman. Like, he wasn't redshirt or anything. He was a true freshman, fresh from high school. at 6'6", and looking like a grown ass man.
And he got the long hair, right?
Yeah, that's the I can't remember his name off the rip.
Sunshine.
But I mean, he basically that's what he looked like. But shout out to that movie. What movie was that? That was
Friday Night Lights.
Remember the
Titans. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
Come on now.
I gotta remember my football movies, man. I gotta do better.
But yeah, so yeah, he was a true freshman last year, standing 6'6", 230, and yeah, he's a monster. He is a beast.
Bro, he probably was recruited by every school in the United States with that size.
Oh yeah, he was definitely a 5-star recruit. I think he was the top quarterback, probably the top player in his class. Yeah, he definitely. But I mean, Clemson is like it's just kind of amazing to me how amazing how Clemson kind of turned into this program, because I remember the first year they became like this. Literally the summer before that season started, me and my family, I forgot where we was coming from. I think we was coming from like a track meet or something, and we just randomly drove to Clemson's campus. This was like my last year in high school. We just randomly went to Clemson's campus for whatever reason, and it just so happened to be their at their spring game day. Like it just so happened to be that day. And so the players, I think they had just got done with the game or some shit, and they were signing autographs. Or maybe it was just like their player appreciation day or some shit. I don't remember, but it just so happened like they was out there signing autographs and shit. It was just, the campus was just electrified. It was just, and football season hadn't even started yet. And this was like I think it was the first year that kickstarted them becoming like this great dynasty in football. And it was just like, you could tell, like they were just, you could just tell in that moment that they were going to become something because of their fan base. And I just wanted to go there so bad, but my SATs were just complete shit. So I couldn't go there. But it was just like, man, like it was just such a great moment. And we just randomly just went there just for whatever reason. And it was just a great moment. And from then on, that was my favorite college football team before they won any championship. And then they just so happened to just start winning them, once I got into college and shit. It was just like, I knew it. Like, I knew it.
You seen it coming. I feel that.
You could feel it in their atmosphere.
Like the same way you felt about Clemson, bro, is the same way I feel about the Brooklyn Nets.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
niggas, yeah,
we don't need to speak on it. We don't need to speak on it. We got booted out, and we did a good push. We did a good push.
Booted.
Yo, that song used to go hard in them parties, dog.
I don't know why. I never thought of that song like that.
Nah, but dog, yeah. So we was on a draft, right?
Yeah.
So now, would you say the Panthers are in rebuild mode?
I say that we have one more year to try to make a push. Then after that, we fire Rivera. If we don't make it, fire Rivera. We don't extend Cam's contract. Go quarterback hunting, head coach hunting. I think we just kind of clean house if we don't make it this year to the playoffs. Not even just the playoffs. I'll say this: if we make it to the playoffs, then that kind of put Rivera's job on ice. He kind of saved. But then if Cam Newton don't produce like he should, I think his contract is not getting extended. If I think they'll take him into next year, his contract year, to then see what he can do. Truly. Then if he don't do as good, we release him next year. And then if we don't do shit next year as well, 2 years from now, you know, if Rivera's job get put on ice this upcoming year, then get rid of him too. But then literally the head coach and quarterback will come in the same year and leave out the same year. I think that would be the case.
Come on, man. You gotta be loyal to Ron Rivera like the Bengals were to Marvin Lewis, man.
No. I think because he's gonna step back in charge of the defense. So hopefully that might hopefully that'll kind of take them back to the defense of old, the 2015 defense. But man, yeah, that the past 2 years, last year was definitely super trash. Then the year before that was becoming trash.
Yeah.
But whoever they had in charge of the defense in those years, nah.
So now, would you now which position would you make a strong case for in the draft? Would you draft somebody on the defense or the offensive side? Like, what would you draft?
I mean, a lot of people have been getting excited about Burns, the defensive end for Florida State. I don't think he's gonna fall that low in the draft because we 16th overall in the draft standings. I think our focus, and then I've been hearing talk of them trading up to try to get a offensive lineman, preferably a left tackle. It's kind of tough. And then I've heard talk of them trying to draft a quarterback. I think they stay away from drafting a quarterback because this is kind of a weak quarterback draft outside of Haskins from Ohio State and Murray. I think there's a big drop off. So I think you stay away from that. I think you do go. We lost Julius Peps. We lost.
This nigga said Peps.
Peps, man, Peps. We lost our pass rushers, so you could go that route. Defense and rushing wins Super Bowls. So with that logic, I would say go with. And this is a deep defensive end draft, so you can get a decent defensive end at 16. So I would think that would be your best bet. And if we're going by how Bill Belichick roll, trade down, don't trade up to get especially in this draft, don't trade up to get a better, a top 10 pick or whatever. Trade down and get somebody said it best, like get the 2 for $20 type player. You know what I'm saying? Get that. You know what I'm saying? Get some later round picks. So that's my thinking. Either you get a solid defensive pass rusher, or you trade down and get a offensive lineman and a pass rusher. May not be as talented, but still a solid pass rusher as well. So you do that.
Man, maybe I need Nick Foles, man. You never know.
He just signed a big contract with Jacksonville, so that's not happening. We've been hearing talk of Josh Rosen, trying to push for Josh Rosen. I don't think that's going to happen either, but there's talks of that. Speaking of which, the NFL schedule was released last week or some shit, a week ago. How you feel about that?
Yo, I only looked at the Eagles schedule and I said this is going to be a tough season, bro.
Hold on, I'm about to try to pull up.
Yeah, pull that joint up. Yo, our last 4 games are rivalry games.
Really?
Our last 4 games is Giants, Redskins, Cowboys. Yo, it's crazy. And then in the beginning, I think we played the Falcons, the Packers.
Okay, so
the Patriots. We playing some squads, bro.
Okay, so they got the fucking. They got damn. I hate when they had a fucking preseason listed. God damn, I'm trying to watch, look at no fucking preseason, nigga.
Yeah.
You watch the preseason games?
I used to when I was younger.
Okay. All right, so I'm about to call out the teams week 1 to week 17.
Okay.
You tell me if it's a W or L.
All right.
All right. So boom, you got Redskins week 1.
That's a W. It's going to be a tough win though.
But it's at home.
Okay, yeah. So it's definitely going to be a W, but it's going to be a score. It's going to be a 28-14.
All right. Next, you got Atlanta. At Atlanta.
At Atlanta is going to be a tough team because we're away, and Atlanta is a stacked team. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make an L on that one.
Boom. So you 1-1 at this point.
Right.
All right. Detroit Lions at home.
Okay, we're at home. Lions, we're going to get a dub.
Boom. So 2-1. At Green Bay.
It's going to be another tough away game, but I feel like we're going to learn from that first away game from the Falcons, so we're going to pull out with the win. It's going to be a strong, close victory.
3-1. All right. At home versus the Jets. That's a win.
Yeah, that's a dub.
I'm just saying for you. 4-1. All right. At Minnesota.
Okay, at Minnesota. Who's their quarterback? I think. Okay, Case Keenum left. Kirk Cousins is there?
Yeah, it's Kirk Cousins now. Yeah.
Let me see. Their defense is not as good as it used to be. We are a stacked team, but I think some fluke shit is going to happen, so I'm going to give it L for that.
So 4-2. At Dallas.
That's going to be okay. So
it's a night game.
Oh man.
NBC.
Okay, okay. When is the next Dallas game?
Let me see. The next Dallas game is not until week 16.
Okay.
We're week 7 now.
Yo, put an L on that, bro. Put an L on that.
All right, so 4-2. Is it 4-2 or 4-3?
I think it's 4-3.
4-3. To Buffalo. At Buffalo. Yeah, 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3.
All right. Yeah, at home, but it's Chicago. That defense.
Yeah, that's true. They have a strong defense, but I don't have any faith in their quarterback, Mitch Trubisky. So I'm gonna get. And we have home field advantage. They want to come back at us from last season, but we're just a stacked team. I'm gonna get the win for that.
So 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
6-3 going into the bye week. That's week 10. Week 11 got New England at home. At home. I ain't at New England.
So we're at home. This is going to be a Super Bowl rematch. The difference is we don't have Nick Foles. Okay,
coming out for bye week.
Coming off a bye week, so we have time to prepare. Bill Belichick is a beast at coaching. Tom Brady is there. Yo, this game, damn. I'm gonna give it to the Patriots.
All right, so 6-4. Got Seattle at home.
Okay, this is going to be a strong. Okay, it's going to be a tough game, but I feel like we're going to get the dub.
Okay, 7-4. You're at Miami, 8-4. And you're at the Giants, or you at home versus the Giants. I say 9-4.
Mm-hmm.
You're at Washington.
Let me see. Washington. Yeah, we're 10-4.
10-4. Now you're back at now you at home versus Dallas.
Okay, so since they got the first L in the beginning of the season, we're coming home. Yo, they might beat us twice, but I'ma still. This is tough. Let me see. I'ma still get. We're gonna at least have one of those wins, so let's get it done for that one.
So 11-4.
Yeah.
All right, so you pretty much got y'all win going to season 12-4 because you got Giants again for the last week. So you got y'all going 12-4. Did y'all go 12-4 that Super Bowl year?
I think it was 12-4.
Okay, so that's a good sign. Y'all potentially could go 12-4. To kind of and hopefully Wentz can stay healthy. Will they extend Wentz's contract this year, or will they extend it? Will they wait until next year?
I think it's going to be the next year. They have to see Wentz go through a full season, no injuries, and then they'll think about it next season.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna see on that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can get that 12-4.
Yeah, definitely, man. If anything, we're gonna be like we're gonna win the division. If it's not 12-4, it's gonna be 11-5.
Okay. Okay.
Yo, by the way, I pulled up that video of of the kid that tackled that wrestler, man, Bret Hart.
Oh, you finally pull it up.
Yo,
Yo, that was epic, right?
yo, his man's had to bet him, a band or something, bro, for him to do that shit.
Yo, that was funny. you know that sent bro to the hospital.
Yeah.
That was funny though. That was like a fucking lineman tackle, bro.
Yo,
that was real shit.
It's like, yo, Brett is like he's there, he's standing, he's like, wait, what is going? Is this a surprise? Like, are they trying to surprise me right now, or like, am I supposed to defend this attack, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do? But
that was. Bro, that was priceless. That was funny as shit.
If I was there in the crowd drunk, bro, I would never stop laughing, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that would have made my year if I seen that shit in person.
Oh yeah.
Yo, how you feel about? Cause you remember we was talking about Leonard and how he's not, or you don't feel like he's like a leader.
Mm.
How you feel about Kendrick Perkins saying that Leonard reminds him of Michael Jordan?
So
in the playing style.
So one, he should have never said it, but I do kind of see what he's coming. Okay. All right. So if we're talking about strictly gameplay, not even gameplay, because Michael Jordan was a clutch guy, and he just was relentless, and he buzzer beaters and all of that. I don't think Kawhi Leonard is about that, but if we're talking about strictly gameplay as far as the offense and playing defense, he has a small point, but I feel like it's just disrespectful to even put Kawhi's name in the same sentence as Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Because every year we get great players, but it depends on if they win it big and what they do in their tenure in the league.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So who you got in the Bucks versus the Boston now?
This is great.
Who got in that?
Because I was just about to bring up. Let's start off with the playoff predictions, man.
Honestly, the East is honestly where it's at right now.
Oh yeah.
For playoffs is concerned.
Oh yeah. Like these four teams.
Great matchup.
These four teams in the East is going to be a brawl.
Yeah, there's gonna be some good matchups right here.
Like these teams is either going to go to Game 6 or Game 7, both games, both series.
Yeah, because those first rounds, it was just you got a bunch of sweeps and 4-1s. I feel like the second round is really about to take it to some historical shit.
Oh yeah. And so I'm gonna predict this, bro. I have the Bucks winning in Game 6 against the Boston Celtics. And
so 4-2.
Yep, 4-2. And I honestly have the 76ers and the Raptors going to Game 7. and the Raptors is going to win it. What do you think, G?
And why do you feel like that?
So the reason I feel like that is because the 76ers is a great squad, but I still feel like they're young and they're not yet established enough to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And immature.
Yeah, basically. And I feel like the Raptors, the reason why I said Game 7 is because the Raptors, to me, you know, when I seen them lose to the Magic, I was like, wait, what's going on here? This team has maybe 9 players that's better than the Magic. Nah, let me stop. Maybe 7 players that's better than Magic players.
I was rolling with 9. I was cool with 9.
All right. But when I seen that, bro, I was like, there's some kink in their armor, and I feel like the 76ers is a strong team to put some kinks in their armor, especially due to the fact of my theory of Kawhi not being that leader that can lead the team to a finals championship. So it's going to be Game 7, but the Raptors are going to pull out because they got more depth, they got more experience, and they need to prove themselves from last season when they got swept in the playoffs by LeBron James.
You know who I think the most important player in these playoffs is going to be?
Who?
Chris Middleton.
I like that.
From the Bucks. I think if he can produce in these next 2, if he can produce against Boston and then go on to the next level, which we got predicted as the 76ers, and he can produce there as well, I think he is going to be the key to them moving on from this series to that series, and then in the series what we all presume is going to be against the Warriors. So I think he's going to be a key in the remainder of these playoffs for the Bucks. If they can make it all the way to the finals, he's going to be the key piece in that, a part of that Bucks overall team, especially the offense.
Yeah,
he'll be the key piece.
He definitely needs to step up because the Greek Freak, he needs somebody to lean on as well. And Chris Middleton definitely needs to step up in that role.
I mean, he's definitely been doing his thing thus far. I think he just need to continue,
right?
Maybe even go beyond that. He just watching his highlights, I didn't even think he was like that. And then just watching the highlights and him just hitting threes here, hitting the mid range there, I'm like, okay, I don't know how his defense is, but I know his offense. He can produce. I just think if he continue producing. And then if his defense is like that, I think he can be the deciding factor in how the Bucks do going forward.
And you know, I got the Bucks going all the way to the finals, and I'm caught in the crossroads as far as the West side. I don't know.
It's gonna be Warriors.
Yeah,
we're not gonna.
Yeah, but I want to say Rockets, bro.
Nah. Now with Harden playing the way he playing, no. It's not gonna be the Rockets.
We gonna see. We gonna see. Chris Paul is healthy.
There's nothing to see.
DeMarcus Cousins is injured.
He was just an extra anyway. They was good before DeMarcus Cousins got there.
Yeah, they was great before he got there, but
exactly.
But
he's just an extra.
If the Clippers got a dub on them, son.
Because what's the little nigga name?
Patrick Beverly.
Patrick Beverly. That one game he was on Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant, he made a great statement in explaining what was going on. It wasn't the fact that Beverly was really bodying him like that. It was just the fact that Durant was trying to be inclusive to the whole team, because he could have just been, let me ISO this nigga the whole game. But he thought about the overall team and was like, okay, that's not going to bode well for the whole team. They still end up losing that game, but he knew that if he made it about him, then that would have kind of set the tone for the rest of the games from here on out.
Yeah,
so he
and that's true.
He needed to kind of be like, okay, I'll let you get this shit, little nigga. But you heard what he said in the press conference. He said he had to remind niggas, I'm Kevin Durant. He had to remind niggas like, y'all know who I am. Patrick who? And what he do the next game? Okay.
Yeah, he definitely showed up, and I agree with Kevin Durant's statement how he explained that too, and he explained the whole David and Goliath approach. He said, the referees they're probably gonna do more for that that David, that Patrick Beverly kind of player, whereas to Kevin Durant, he's a big guy, so he's supposed to dominate. So they're not really gonna be lenient on him as they would Patrick Beverly.
So, I ain't really gonna side with him on that in regards, because at the end of the day, like we said earlier, the superstars is gonna get the calls. So I ain't so sold on that response.
Okay.
But the first response I'm sold on. It's like, at the end of the day, trying to involve my team, I'm not trying to make it about me. But for to the officiating, he's a superstar at the end of the day. And even if that is the case, then that just makes it half and half. Like, you the superstar, and he's the David of the David and Goliath. So you're gonna get half the calls then.
Yeah.
At least. So I ain't really too sold on that answer. But
I just want James Harden to beat the Warriors, man, so he can advance and win a ring.
Nah, I'm not really a huge James Harden fan. That really was. I'm just not sold on. He earned everything he's done up to this point, but it's just like him and Westbrook. This kind of just like this playoffs kind of showing their true colors, and it just kind of made me just second guess what they have been able to produce during the regular season. Even though I think they said Westbrook still is averaging a triple-double in the play, what was averaging a triple-double during that one series. It's still like, what is it doing for the team? And then, you can then put in the whole, okay, the rest of the team is trash. At the end of the day, you're measured by what you do regular season and postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just a regular season player, that's all you're going to be. That's how Wilt Chamberlain was until he finally won it in his 30th year of playing in the fucking NBA. That's all Peyton Manning was before he finally won it in his fucking 15th season and playing in the NFL. Like, you're just a regular season player until you're able to produce in the postseason.
Yeah.
And that's all these two players are to me. It's just regular season Hall of Famers.
I would say that's the case more so for Russell than it is for James Harden.
James Harden ain't did shit in the playoffs either.
He got to the Western Conference. Was it once or twice?
Westbrook made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's facts.
But at the end of the day, he was the Robin to Durant's Batman. End of the day, you can make a case that even though Harden put up these figures, he's still mentally the Robin to Chris Paul's Batman.
Nah, bro. Nah. Definitely
I'm not saying this year. I'm saying when Chris Paul came over from the Clippers, that made the Rockets playoff contenders. They weren't playoff contenders before that.
They were almost there. They were almost there.
They weren't legit though. They weren't legit playoff contenders before Chris Paul got there. Chris Paul was the big blood. James Harden had to be the little initially, and then he started doing these kind of stat shits during the year. I mean, Chris Paul ain't doing that shit. Chris Paul is that old granddad that's gonna be like, nigga, just wait until I'm gonna save my energy, nigga. Wait until I come thump you on the fucking head. That's the type of nigga Chris Paul is.
Yeah, but
you don't have to do all this flashy shit every day, all day.
I would say it's more of a partnership than a Batman Robin situation over there. It's more of a respect for each other, and it's a double punch combo rather than that Batman and Robin. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if we're speaking in terms of stats, then yes, sure.
Even leadership, even influence. It's a double punch combo, and they both influence the team in equal ways.
I can't say stats and leadership is two different things for me.
Come on, dog.
Stats and leaders, bruh. If your team, okay, if you got a ball, I ain't even gonna say a ball hog, but because he still averaged close to triple double with the assists and shit. But he's only if you feel like he's only passing it just to pad his stats, then that's gonna have some effect on your team. If he's only passing it to you so he can pad his stats, he's not doing it because you generally want the team to win. He's just doing it so he can average a triple double.
How do you know that?
If that's your mentality, because I'm not saying I know that for a fact. I'm saying judging based off of what numbers is telling me. He's only had, if I'm, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's only one game he's had a triple double. The rest of the games he had like 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, or 30 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, some shit like that. Like, he ain't doing the same shit he was doing during the year. Because these teams are now you're in the playoffs, teams are trying. During the 82 game season, you're not really trying like that. You're not trying like that. So that's the difference. And that's why a Westbrook and a James Harden is not as successful in the playoffs as they are in the regular season.
I feel what you're saying. I just disagree with the big blood Chris Paul being the Batman. I just think it's a partnership.
It's like I want to say that, but I just, for whatever reason, I just feel like Chris Paul is more the leader of the orchestrator of the team. I think it takes his asshole approach, which is why a lot of players don't like him. I think it takes his approach to kind of ground a James Harden. I think it takes that. Because if he was just a Tony Parker, somebody who's just like a little soft overseas dude, like, let me just pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Then
so that's what Tony Parker was to you?
I don't know, but I mean, he was. I gave him respect because he could like lay it up at 6'1".
Like, his finish game was real, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said I give it to him because he could lay it. He somehow managed to lay it up like how he did at 6'1". But I just don't see him. I don't see him being able to control a James Harden ego like Chris Paul would.
Right.
Then Chris Paul would say, "Nigga, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about you because a lot of these niggas don't like me, and fuck you. I'm running this shit."
That's how he said it.
That's how exactly as nigga, shut up. I don't give a fuck about you or your fucking beard. Nigga, sit the fuck down, nigga. Let me run this shit, nigga. I think that's exactly how he said it.
And what was James Harden's response?
They're like, all right, bro, you got it, bro. All right.
Hell nah. Hell nah.
Like, you're like, all right, bro. All right, man. I'm going to shoot these threes right quick, but all right, man.
Nah, he was like, yo, meet me outside, cuz.
Nah, he ain't real like James Harden. Don't let that beard fool you, man. He ain't like that, man.
Nah, yo, James Harden's a real nigga, dog.
He ain't like that.
He ain't like he the nigga. He's the kind of he's the type of nigga that he ain't gonna back down from nobody. For real. I just sense that from him.
You said that same thing about fucking Griffin, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Yo, get the fuck out of here with it. No, Griffin actually stepped his game up, even though they got swept.
Yeah,
he actually stepped his game up a little bit.
He did. He brought that Piston, that sorry ass Pistons team to the playoffs.
I mean, they had Drummond though.
Yo,
don't play like Drummond.
The Twin Towers don't work no more. Having two big men as the stars of the team, it just don't work no more.
I mean, it's outdated, but he still was there. But I mean, I don't know. That's my spell on it. I think Chris Paul is still like the team, even though the illusion that the team go through Harden, then the team still goes through Chris Paul in some kind of magical way.
They take turns. Like, it goes through James, it goes through Chris, it goes through James, it goes through Chris. They just take turns.
Who's the better point guard then? Because a lot of people was categorizing Harden as the point guard.
Yeah, they are, bro, and I just don't like that. Chris Paul is the better point guard.
So then that adds to my point then.
No.
The team goes through the point guard. The team goes through the point guard. So whoever the point guard is, it goes through that person.
I mean, look at teams like the Denver Nuggets. The team don't go through the point guard.
Okay. They don't even have a superstar though, so it don't even matter.
They do.
Who that superstar?
They center Nikola Jokic.
So it goes through him.
Bro, if you watch their games, bro, it's going through him.
If
you know, he averaged his assist game is as high, like, as elite point guards.
I've been hearing about him, but I ain't watched him yet.
Yeah, bro.
Is he as good as they say he is?
Yeah, bro. His defense he got to work on. His offensive game, it's beautiful, beautiful. Like, he could pass the ball. He has vision like a point guard at 7 feet tall, and he can shoot the three, shoot the mid range, and he can finish at the rim. He got post moves. Like, he's an all around offensive center that can pass the rock, and he can rebound.
True shit.
So yeah, man.
Okay, I gotta check him out. He sound like he from overseas. Is he from overseas?
Yup.
Yeah, that's why, man. What's up with these overseas niggas? They just come over here. God damn.
Yo, they about to take over, bro. The Greek Freak, Nikola Jokic.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna get as high as a level of Dirt Nowitzki or anything. I mean, international players been here. It ain't like it's just some new trend. They been here.
Joel Embiid.
You got Ginobili. You got Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, they been here. I mean, I don't think the players you listed is gonna ever eclipse those two as far as superstardom. But
mark my words,
they doing their thing right now. Mark
my words, the Greek Freak will.
Greek Freak. I mean, he black. I mean, we just call him our own. He's just a black. I mean, he's just black American.
He's still overseas.
Yeah, but he's us. He one of us.
Yeah, that's right.
You got brown skin, black skin. You one of us. So he ain't gonna say you from overseas.
But yeah, man,
that's just how it is. Embiid too. He ain't saying he from overseas. He one of us. He was at a Meek Mill concert a couple years ago, danced on the stage. He one of us.
Yep, you one of us.
Yeah.
You black, you one of us.
Yep, you one of us.
I got some closing remarks if that's all you got for the podcast today.
Yeah, that's all I got. I wanted to touch on some Walton shit, that the sexual assault shit, but just one of those topics.
I have one last one. My last one was about will LeBron get another ring, but I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think we.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just saying. I think the main shit that needed to be talked about was talked about.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out to kettle cooked chips, bro. They are literally the best chips in the world. If you're buying a bag of chips, get the kettle cooked. It don't even matter the flavor. Just get a kettle cooked bag of chips, and you're gonna love it.
Man, stay plugging for something. I feel you, man.
And also, my pops bought Honey Nut Cheerios the other day. When I tell you I probably ate 10 bowls, yo, I did not realize how much I missed Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, they some bomb ass cereal, bro. Yeah.
Yo,
what's your favorite cereal? Are they your favorite cereal?
Nah, it got to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but they a strong second.
Man, I got Fruity Pebbles up there with me.
Okay, I like that. Captain Crunch is there too, top 5.
Okay.
But yeah,
we're gonna have to make a cereal list one day.
Oh yeah,
make this top 5 list one day.
The cereal list and also that book club.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I actually thought about a name.
What?
Blacks and Paperbacks.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Niggas only reading paperback books, man. That's it. No hardcovers.
So you gonna play into the stereotype? Nigga, what? Alright, bro. Alright, man. I ain't been a part of no book club that's has a name Paperbacks in it.
Blacks and Paperbacks, man.
Nah, man, I ain't doing that.
But yeah, man. Yo, we gonna close out this podcast. It was a good one. Talked about a lot of things. We even touched on some baseball a little bit. Make sure you guys just follow the Instagram page. Keep updated on that. And the YouTube page. Keep listening. I appreciate you guys for listening. We got our views up a little bit. We used to have, maybe 1 view a video, but now we averaging 15 to 20, and that's good. Progress is always key. You can follow me on Instagram at the Crooklyn Third. I'm also on Twitter and Snapchat with the same names. And the Instagram for the podcast is Burg Bros Podcast. What you got for me, G?
You can follow me. I don't like to plug my IG because I ain't really popping on IG. I'm so off and on. Petty G the Don. Petty G the Don. Pretty soon we're gonna be dropping Burg Bros clips. Where we just show little clips of our best topics of each episode. Got that coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that.
Already.
Shout out to Patrick O'Miner. I just bought one of his shirts this morning. So I'm just waiting on that shit to drop in my mailbox. So y'all go check his shit out. OMinerApparel.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got for you.
Yeah. He was a great guest. Definitely look at his clothing line up. He's doing things big, and support that guy. He's one of the good people on this planet Earth. So yeah, like he's a good one. But other than that though, that's we're gonna close it up. And thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.